In this video, I am going to evaluate the financial impacts of COVID-19 pandemics on Vietnam FDI. But first of all, FDI stands for Foreign Direct Investment. It is an investment in a business by an investor from another country for which the foreign investor has control over the company purchased. It is also defined as cross-border investment made by a resident in one economy in an enterprise in another company. FDI is direct investment into production in a country by a company located in another country, either by buying a company in the target country or by expanding operations of an existing business in that country. There are four main types of FDI. The first one is by entry mode, the second one is by target, and the third one is by direction, and the fourth one by motive. Here are some benefits of FDI. Here are some disadvantages of FDI. There are some special features of foreign direct investment in Vietnam. We could see that the majority of registered projects are small, and foreign direct investment projects concentrate mainly on agricultural sector. And the third one is uneven regional distribution, and the foreign direct investment capital is diverse in Vietnam. The pandemic certainly had a dampening effect on Vietnam's previously record-breaking FDI growth rates. As of September 2020, foreign investment projects disbursed of $13.76 billion, which is equivalent to 96.8% over the same period last year. As of September 2020, the whole country attracted $21.22 billion or 81.1% compared to the same period last year of total newly new registered capital, adjusted capital, and capital contribution or share purchase from foreign investor. As with last year, Asian countries represent the lion's share of FDI into Vietnam. In the first 9 months of the year, Singapore, South Korea, China, Japan, and Thailand were the top 5 investors by revenue. In terms of the number of projects, South Korea, China, Japan, and Singapore were the leading contributors. That means Vietnam's continued FDI growth despite COVID-19 pandemic. Within the manufacturing industry, digital technology and high-tech products continue to be a major source of revenue for Vietnam, even in the context of global COVID-19 pandemic. In the first 6 months of 2020, phones, electronics, and computers were the top commodities in terms of export value and share. Some of the major investment in this period include China-USI project to manufacture wearable electronic circuit boards in Haiphong, Japan's Furukawa Automotive System project to produce electric wires for cars in Vĩnh Long, and Taiwan's Victory project to manufacture and assemble computers and other related parts. Although these achievements are consistent with the government design shift towards high-tech manufacturing, low-tech products such as garment and footwear are still among Vietnam's top 5 exports. Look at this bar chart. In the first half of 2020, export dropped by 6.7% over the same period last year, totaling $79.8 billion, or 14 $14.2 billion trade surplus in the foreign direct investment sector, offset a $10.2 billion trade deficit in the domestic sector, which contributed to an overall positive trade balance of $4 billion. And the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic are particularly acute for Vietnam's export-reliant economy. Aside from computers and machinery, most of Vietnam's top products registered lower exports in the first half of 2020 compared to the same period last year. However, figures indicate that these losses were relatively mild and that Vietnamese goods are still in demand.
Vietnam's export turnover in the past 2 months reached $5.3 billion, decreased 3.5% year-on-year. Specifically, in the total export turnover of the group, yarn export reached $512 million, decreased 16%. Clothing exports is $4.2 billion, down 2.3%. Currently, the source of raw materials for the textile and garment industry has been resupplied to basically the production needs in March and April. However, the textile and garment industry is facing risk when the world economy declines. Due to COVID-19, the decline in global demand will make it more difficult for bulk orders and unit prices in the following months.
Formosa Holdings, a company that also affected by the COVID pandemic, which caused a decline in FDI. The project is implemented with a total investment of nearly $13,000 million on a total area of 3,300 hectares. The largest shareholder of Formosa Holdings is a Taiwanese plastic manufacturer, Formosa Plastic, which holds more than 70% of the share. Due to the impact of the pandemic, labor resources for many Chinese FDI projects in Vietnam decreased because many Chinese officers, engineers, and experts could not enter Vietnam due to the travel restrictions from flight bans. Formosa also says that the inability to import steel materials from China will also affect the business progress of the company. Thousands of Chinese people working for the Formosa project are expected to be allowed to enter Vietnam after February 15, 2020. If in 2019, FDI capital is nearly $3,000 billion, in 2020, it will only be $1,583 billion. The low FDI in the first months of the year is due to the Formosa Holdings mainly focusing on the maintenance work, not just implementing new investment activity.
Next part is solution. A. In the short term in 2020, 1. The government control pandemic growth and control tax evasion. 2. Develop and public policy to attract investment capital flow. 3. Review, update, and adjust appropriately for investment approval and foreign investment procedure. 4. Accelerate the completion of strategy legal corridor for developing new business model. 5. Strengthening face-to-face meeting between government leaders, ministry, locality, and major investors to understand needs, quickly remove problem. B. In the medium and long term, 1. Improve the competitiveness of the country and enterprise, develop the domestic market, increase foreign exchange reserve, develop the financial system, control bad debt. 2. Ensuring stability and appropriate need of mechanism and policy, especially policy on land, taxes, labor, macroeconomic management, structures, exchange rate, or interest rate, so that foreign investors can feel secure in building long-term investment plan in Vietnam. For promoting investment, upgrade sectoral infrastructure such as industrial zone, electricity, water, transportation infrastructure, information logistics and services. 5. Promoting economic restructuring initiatives or stronger investment in all three sectors: industry, agriculture, and services. 6. Promote faster development of supporting industry serving domestic and foreign investors and trade enterprise.
I know gold is not enough. She's a